Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down a couple of my favorite plays on Prizepicks for today's slate for Monday, March the 21st. We do have a decent-sized Monday slate, 9-gamer, so there are a good amount of props available for today. At the time I'm recording this video, around noon on Monday. Most of the board has been posted. We're still waiting for a few games to get added to the board, but most of the props are already up right now. So it was pretty easy to find, a good amount that I liked, and I will share 3 picks I do like for this video. 3 props specifically we'll talk about. But before we do, as always, guys, please hit that like button down below. I do always appreciate the likes, and if you are new to the channel and you have not yet, hit that subscribe button as well. We are on the road to 25,000 subscribers, and we're very, very close. We're about 40 subscribers away at the time I'm making this video. So if you want to help me reach this goal, again, I appreciate all your guys' support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do upload these Prizepicks videos Monday through Friday, and maybe soon I'll start posting some on the weekend as well. I haven't been posting on the weekend, but maybe as we get closer to the end of the season and once we get into the playoffs, I'll probably start making videos on the weekends too, because I know there will be playoff games on the weekends. So I would appreciate if you guys would hit that subscribe button. Real quick before we do talk through our plays for today, we can recap Friday's plays. We gave out 4 picks on Friday, and it was a pretty solid day Friday. We went 3-1 on the 4 picks we gave out. Sadly, we weren't able to get the 4-0 sweep. We took the over on Devin Booker points, which did hit pretty easily. We took the over on Rudy Gobert rebounds, which also hit pretty easly. The one that really let us down was Pascal Siakam points. We took over on Siakam points, and I think he finished with I think 17. It was super unfortunate. It was a good matchup against the Lakers. The game went to overtime. Siakam played like 46 minutes or something, and he somehow only scored 17 points, and I think we needed 23 from him. So Siakam finished just short, but we did hit Booker. Booker's over. We hit Rudy Gobert's over in rebounds, and Jokic points. That was the other pick we gave out Friday. So we went 3-1 on the 4 picks we gave out Friday. Hopefully you guys were able to make a little bit of money off those plays. Again, I got 3 picks I want to share in this video that we'll talk about. If you're new to Prizepicks, before we do start, you can sign up for Prizepicks. Use code NOAH when you sign up. They'll give you a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. So if you bet player props on a sports book or maybe some other site you bet on player props and you want to give Prizepicks a try, as always, you can tail the picks I give out in this video. You can make some picks for yourself. Just make sure when you sign up, use code NOAH. They'll match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. But let's take a look at this slate, guys. Let's start off with the first pick I like. We got a fantasy point projection that I think is a little bit too low, and then we got 2 points props that I like as well. So in the fantasy point projection, we'll start off with this one. I'm taking the over 25 fantasy points for Seth Curry. This is one prop that did stand out to me at first look. Now, I think a lot of Seth Curry's props you could take today. You could take his points over 15.5 points. That was one I was looking at. The only reason I didn't take points is just because, I could see a scenario where Seth Curry maybe comes up a little bit short of his points prop, but still gets over in fantasy points because he can get, a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists, maybe he gets a steal and goes over his fantasy points projection without going over his points prop. But if you look at the last 2 games, he's been crushing both. I mean, he's been scoring a ton, 24 and 27 points the last 2 games. He's been, going way over his fantasy point projection as well. 44 fantasy points against Philly, 37 last game against Portland. The reason I'm pretty high on Seth Curry today and that I like his projection, or I like his props, for one, Kyrie Irving is out for Brooklyn right now, and he's going to be out until Brooklyn until they return to a road game because Kyrie can't play at home with the vaccine mandates. So Kyrie's out right now. Also, Goran Dragic was downgraded to questionable. So Goran Dragic has been playing really big minutes in place of Kyrie, and now he may or may not play for today's game. So that'll be something important to watch. I think regardless, we can expect big minutes from Seth Curry. The last 2 games, Seth Curry has played really, really big minutes, especially last game against Portland. He played 38 minutes, Seth Curry did. Obviously had a really big game, went over 40 fantasy points. The game before that against Philly, he only played 27 minutes, but that was a blowout. They won by almost 30. But in the close games, as of late, 35 minutes against Miami, 32 against Charlotte, and then 38 against Portland. They're playing Seth Curry really big minutes right now. And I think most of the starters, KD, Seth Curry, Bruce Brown, Dragic, if he plays, we can expect all 4 of those guys to play 30-plus minutes. Brooklyn's been running a fairly tight rotation lately. They've been kind of giving their key guys, really, really big minutes right now. And if we get 35, 36 minutes from Seth Curry, don't love the matchup against Utah. Utah's defense, they're solid. They haven't been as good defensively this season as they have been in previous seasons. I don't think this is like a matchup I'm attacking. I just think this is a minutes play and a projection that's just a little bit too low, and a projection that could maybe even look better if Goran Dragic sits. Because I think if Goran Dragic sits, that just opens up even more opportunity for these guards. That's going to open up even more minutes. maybe we see Seth Curry play 38, 40 minutes if Goran Dragic sits. So really like the over 25 fantasy points for Seth Curry. You could actually take a look at this season in the minutes he's played without Kyrie Irving, with Kyrie off the floor. Seth Curry's played 287 minutes, and he's averaged close to a fantasy point per minute. Now, obviously, when he's on the floor with Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant's really going to dominate the usage, but I do expect Utah to do whatever they can to stop KD here, whether it be double teams, whatever they got to do to slow down KD. They're probably going to try, which could open up more opportunity for a guy like Steph Curry and some of these other guys that you could go to as well. But I'm definitely liking the over 25 fantasy points for Seth Curry. If he plays 35, 36 minutes like he has been the last few games, feel pretty good about him scoring 25 fantasy points. The only reason I didn't take the over on his points is just because, like I said, I could see him finishing with like 14 points, going under his points prop, but still getting over 25 fantasy points, because he could get 3 or 4 rebounds, he could get 2, 3, 4 assists, maybe he gets a couple steals. Last few games he's actually been getting a lot of steals. He had 5 steals against Philadelphia, 2 against Portland, 1. He's been getting steals, and steals are huge. They're worth 3 points on Prizepicks. So that's just why I'm taking over 25 fantasy points for Seth Curry. But I like a lot of his props today. Even his threes, you could definitely take that. I mean, he's been taking a lot of threes lately. He's been shooting the ball pretty well from 3, especially the last few games. I think Seth Curry could hit all these props today, but I'm going to take 25 fantasy points just specifically for this video. Then the next 2 picks that I like are both in the points prop category. So we'll go down to Christian Wood, 17.5 points. I'm taking the over on Christian Wood points. Love the matchup here for him against Washington. Washington is a team that I've been attacking with bigs all season. They've been really struggling to defend bigs. If you actually look at this season, DVP-wise, in terms of points allowed to centers, the Wizards are fourth most in terms of points allowed to centers. The only teams that have allowed more points to centers this season are the Rockets, the Blazers, and the Hornets. So the Wizards are a team you can definitely beat, in the paint, down low. We know Christian Wood's a guy that can score in the paint. He can also step out and shoot the 3. He's just a really good scorer. He's a really good player. The only issue is that he's been very inconsistent this season because the Rockets are so terrible, and we just see a lot of games where Christian Wood doesn't play his full minutes because the Rockets get blown out. The game against Memphis on Sunday was a blowout, and Christian Wood didn't play his full minutes. He only scored 12 points. The game against the Pelicans was a blowout. Christian Wood didn't play his full minutes. He only scored 8 points. Every other game that stayed close, 28 points for Christian Wood, 18 in a tough matchup against Phoenix, and a great matchup against Indy. I think that was Friday, or might have been Thursday. I can't remember. I think it was Friday. 32 points in a great matchup against Indy. So when Christian Wood gets these soft matchups, we can see him have really big games. I think this is obviously a great matchup. I like that this game does have a pretty close spread as well. That's something that's always important for me. Anytime I'm betting on Rockets players, I'm hoping the game stays close. And I think here at home, I think the Rockets can keep this game close. Like, I don't think the Wizards are a good enough team to blow them out. Outside of Porzingis and Kuzma, like, the Wizards don't really have anyone else. I mean, they don't really have a very good team in general without Bradley Beal right now. This is not a team I would be scared of, blowing out the Rockets. Now, the Rockets are terrible. They could get blown out by anybody, but 5.5 point spread. Rockets are at home. I think they keep this game close. It's got a 234 total, which is tied for the highest on the slate. Vegas is expecting a lot of points to be scored in this game. Neither one of these teams play much defense. 18 points for Christian Wood in this soft matchup in a game that should stay close where he plays his full minutes. I think he can easily hit that. I think the only way that Christian Wood doesn't hit this prop is if the game blows out by some chance, or maybe he gets in foul trouble. If those things don't happen, I feel really good about Christian Wood scoring 18 points and going over his points prop today. So that's the second pick that I want to share in this video. And the third and final pick, another points prop that I like a lot, is Evan Mobley over 16.5 points. Now, this is one that I know a lot of people are on, and usually when a lot of people are on the same prop, it does worry me a little bit because I don't know why, but it seems like anytime the betting community is all on the same prop, it just never works. But man, it's hard not to like this over 16.5 points for Evan Mobley. He's gone over this in 4 out of his last 5 games. The one game he didn't was a tough matchup against Philly. This is obviously not a tough matchup. I mean, the Lakers this season have been getting killed in the paint ever since they've been going small and running their small ball lineup. I mean, they've just been getting killed by big men. We've seen a lot of bigs lately have big games against the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton had a big scoring game. Karl-Anthony Towns had a big scoring game. I think he scored like 30 points. I know Siakam obviously struggled, and that was a huge letdown. But I think Evan Mobley can get us 17 points here. I mean, on the season, he's been averaging close to 17 points per game, and that's not factoring in that Jared Allen is out right now. Obviously, Mobley's role is a lot better. His usage is higher with Allen off the floor, and we've seen him have big scoring games lately. I mean, again, 30 against the Clippers, 27 against Denver, 17 against the Bulls. last game only had 12 against Detroit, which is kind of a disappointment. Or like that was kind of a disappointing game for Mobley. But man, when he's locked in, I mean, he can have these big scoring games where he gets 25, 30 points. Against the Lakers, I don't think they're going to be able to stop him. Last time they played the Lakers, Mobley scored 23 points. I'm liking the over 17 or 16.5 points for Evan Mobley. I think 20 plus points is easily doable, especially with how bad this Lakers team is defensively, with how much they've struggled in the paint. They're just a team that you can beat down low, and I think Mobley should have a lot of success in this matchup. Actually, look, on my other monitor, I have it pulled up. So when you look on NBA.com and look at their advanced stats, you can actually look at points in the paint. And so far, the Lakers have allowed the 4th most points in the paint this season, only behind the Rockets, the Kings, and the Spurs. Lakers are allowing over 51 points in the paint per game. So really, really good spot for Evan Mobley. 17 points, with his usage that he's getting right now, with how many minutes he's playing every night, just with how good his role is without Jared Allen, given the really good matchup, too, against the Lakers. Feel really good about Evan Mobley scoring 17 points today. Scored 23 points last time they played the Lakers, and I think 20-plus points is very, very achievable for Mobley here. I feel like his line should be closer to 18.5, 19.5. I think we're getting definitely a low line here. So these are 3 props I like for today. Over 25 fantasy points for Seth Curry, over 17.5 points for Christian Wood, and over 16.5 points for Evan Mobley. Feel really good about these 3 props. I already did put in a 3-pick power with these 3 specifically. If you guys want to run these 3 in a 3-pick entry, you can obviously do that. You can run a power play. You can run a flex play. It's your choice. If you want to just take 2 of the 3 and do a 2-pick, that's obviously something you could do as well. If you want to, take 2 and do a 2-pick and then take, another 2, or take, one of the 2 and then do another 2-pick, you can do that. You can choose how you want to play these picks, but these are 3 picks I do feel pretty good about. Hopefully, we can hit all 3 of these, go 3-0, make some money tonight. As always, guys, I wish you the best of luck on this slate. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope it did help. If you are tailing, again, good luck if you decide to tail these picks. If you guys do want more of my favorite plays on Prizepicks, I do give those out each day on Patreon. You can check out the Patreon, link down below in the description if you are interested. You can get access to all of my updated Prizepicks plays. As the day goes on, I look at the board, I try and find more props that stand out, and we've been doing pretty well with the Prizepicks plays. The weekend didn't treat us too well, but before the weekend, Friday, Wednesday of last week, we did really well, hit a lot of our Patreon plays. So if you guys want access to all the Patreon content, it's linked down below in the description. Check that out if you're interested. And again, if you have not signed up for Prizepicks, you can use promo code NOAH when you sign up. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up with my promo code. But that's all I got for today, guys. Wish you the best of luck. Big slate tonight. Hopefully we can all win some money. Good luck, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.